want to take you a doodly-doo. Can you dig it? And all I wanna do is just listen to you. Can you policy 72? Can you dig it? Want to take you a doodly-doo. Can you dig it? And all I wanna do you is just listen to you. Take you policy 72. Can you dig it? KQ. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Can you dig it?
1, 2, KQ, doo-doo-doo-doo. Can you dig it? Yeah, can you dig it?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to KQ.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it. Listen, y'all, this is a day of celebration. We are glad to join you today. Today, something very significant happened, and that's going to be the main focus of what we're talking about. But we want to also take a moment just to let you know why we do what we do and who we are. We are Ken and Kevlon Galloway.
Oh, nah.
Out of Montgomery.
Yeah.
And our purpose is only to bring awareness to topics that are very important. I know politics ain't everybody's thing. The idea that I always live with, though, is either you're going to do politics or politics is going to do you.
Yeah. Either you're going to be at the table or on the menu, baby.
So you might as well go ahead and if some information pops in front of you, make a good decision. Well,
all right. No, let me do this. I don't want to do this. Please.
Knock yourself out.
All right. So, very important news happening in the world today. And it was concerning our America's mayor. Hot damn. All right. I'm not going to give any praise.
Pop quiz. Who's America's mayor? Well, we're going to give you an introduction.
All right. So, y'all got to check this out. Let me find out how.
I'm not going to put my lawyer's hat on because I haven't had a chance to examine them as a lawyer. I'm doing it as a friend of Donald Trump's. I've known him for 28 years. I've been in every circumstance imaginable with him, I think. I've seen him with women all the time. I know men who are inappropriate. I don't like it. I've never seen him one time, act inappropriate. I've never seen him one time act inappropriate.
You know, you're really beautiful. I'll go backstage before a show, and I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it.
I've never seen him one time act inappropriate.
I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
I can do anything.
I've never seen him one time act inappropriate.
This may be the best of all.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
I've never seen him one time act inappropriate.
Keep going. Oh. Donald, I thought you were a gentleman.
You can't say I didn't try.
I sure hope y'all enjoyed our introduction to Rudy the Ghoul of Gotham Giuliani.
Oh, nah. Apparently, they done hit him in the side pocket hard.
Yes, indeed. Today is a celebration. So for those of you who don't know, Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss were the Georgia election workers that were down there working their behinds off, trying to make sure that we had a free and fair election in 2020. Trump decided to reach down from the heights of the presidency and attack these young ladies and basically sick the mob on them. They were getting death threats left and right. Their lives were in danger. At one point, the FBI contacted Ruby Freeman and said, "You need to move." They didn't give her anywhere to move to or any money to do it or means, but they told her, "Listen, we hear so much. If you don't move, you're probably going to end up dead." You know, it's the same type of mentality that stormed our Capitol for the same guy, Trump. He is a cult leader, and cult followers, that the ones he has are pretty violent. So they withstood it a lot. So we're going to talk about their victory today. But before we do, we're going to celebrate their victory. Pop it off, Ken, with the this is one of our songs back in the day, and this is my celebration song personally. Just minimize it. So we're going to get into one I hope y'all like. Because it's time to celebrate, baby. Ruby Freeman, let me just say 140 million.
148 million, darn near 150.
Yes, indeed.
My goodness.
Walk with me into the ghetto. Yo, I'ma take you, show you where these hoes go blow. Shout and talk to me just a little, so I can help you understand where I'm coming from. Man, it's ancestors' destiny to bring the knowledge, expose the truth. You know we doing it cause we can. This ain't no mystery. Hell no, it's just something we should have dabbled in a long time ago. I'm living the life of a simpleton, so I have very little need to throw loaded gun. It's to protect me from the police that's got us on the run, and even from the black police I need protection, son. Cause they be thinking that it's right to have black in their sights. We're selling doves or something that's as natural as sunlight. Gone bright, be flaring in the evening. You've been deceived and they got you thinking we should be getting weed. And all we needed was some help. Yeah, but you forgot that we were brothers when you took your gun off the shelf. So what's left? Sure ain't no time or no peace of mind. Just another sucker got burnt by his own damn kind. Yeah, check it. This is how it is, let me flip it. There's a lot of niggas in authority who be scared of their position. Stay chicken, thinking that they gon' avoid the lynching. But who the fuck you think gon' swing when the world's rid of the real niggas? You think it's in them to stop killing? Next time you see an Indian, ask him. Who on the transit dance, tell these stories about the past. Take a walk with me into the ghetto. Yo, I'ma take you, show you where these hoes go blow. Shout and talk to me just a little, so I can help you understand where I'm coming from. Man, it's ancestors' destiny to bring the knowledge, expose the truth. You know we doing it cause we can. This ain't no mystery. Hell no, it's just something we should have dabbled in a long time ago. Yo, wanna pop and check out my crops in the middle of June. Buzz B, swollen like balloons. THC, think it's honey, sending her people to the moon. Alienated ever since I was ejected from the womb. But everything's coming together since I built this room. I'm shipping out.
Hey, sorry for the musical interlude. That was just our little celebration. I love to see when people that are being attacked get their one-uppers, and today that happened. Rudolph, the ghoul of Gotham, got hit with $140 million bill. Today he probably ain't gonna be able to pay it, but either way, it's time to celebrate.
Yeah, they still have a fight ahead of them because at some point during the trial, they requested that Rudy Giuliani provide all of his financial documents to show how much money he had. Well, it came down to this little quibble they had where Rudy Giuliani was like, well, they was like, we need these documents. And he's like, well, I don't have enough money to pay the people that's got the documents because they're holding the documents and I can't pay them. So I was like, okay, well, you can't pay them, you can't afford to pay them. All right, well, then provide your financial documents so that we can see exactly what it is you're talking about where you can't afford to pay some people. And then all of a sudden, Rudy Giuliani came with the bread to pay them. But at the same time, he still neglected to provide the full documentation of what the courts was requesting. Not to mention, fast forward a little, they still asked him for financial documents to prove his financial fortitude, and apparently he didn't have the testicular fortitude to provide the financial documents. So the judge ended up saying, okay, I've already found that this dude is completely liable. This is what he was telling the jury, right? Like 2-3 days ago. He's like, okay, so we've already found him guilty. He did it. He defamed Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. He defamed them. And so he's been found guilty of that. So your job is to find out how much money does he owe in damages because of the defaming. So at the same time, we asked him for his financial documentation to prove how much money he had, and he neglected to provide any of the information we needed. So the inference is to assume that he has $17 billion. It's like you can put an infinite number on it because he didn't provide the information, so you got to assume the worst. So that's what they went in and deliberated over. They came out of the guts, out of the dirt. No, they came out of the mud, and they hit him with $148 million.
They swooped down from the sky and hit him with $140 million. So the fact of the matter is, he never had a leg to stand on. There's public statement after public statement of him dogging these election workers out, pinning the fake claims of election fraud on them, putting a target on their back. The same type of people that attacked our Capitol on January 6, 2021 were the same type of people that were calling Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss doing death threats. I would play one for you, but there's too many MFs and too many N-words in there to where the whole thing would be basically bleeped. But you can go online and you can search and find all those tapes. Just type in Ruby
It's
Freeman.
hard to find them, though.
Well, no, Ruby Freeman takes it. The death threats, those are prominent online. We should have had one up, but like I said, it's all bleeps. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to listen to it because it's all curse words. Those are some pretty sick, violent people that Benedict Donald has running behind him, and they're violent and they're out to destroy lives. And he plucked this lady up from an election facility, vote counting facility, put her out on blast. He was going on rallies, saying her name and talking about she's a professional fraudster and all of this, professional huckster. He called her, I'm quoting him, election fraudster. And so this is coming from the presidency of the United States. All right. We always try to draw sharp contrasts here at K Cubed. And obviously we can never vote for somebody who would potentially go down and snatch up a regular, everyday, ordinary citizen and put a target on their back and to where the FBI has to call them and tell them, you can't live in your own home anymore. You better move because there's too many people coming after you.
I thought they provided some type of protection or security.
No, they didn't provide any
put her in a
protection
witness
or security
protection program.
She ended up calling and staying with family members and just shacking up wherever she could. I mean, the people were coming after her for real.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the judgment.
That's worth $148 million. Yeah.
The judgment today was against Rudy Giuliani. And of course, I'm talking about Trump. That's because Trump was the one that Rudy Giuliani was trying to protect the entire time. He was doing all of this for Donald Trump. For some reason, people follow cult leaders. And Donald Trump is definitely a cult leader. And there's people like Rudy that sign up to be close participants in the activity. What Rudy decided to do was jump on board and create and facilitate and promote the lies against these two black women in Georgia. So we're going to play a little bit of when, there's a trial in Atlanta right now where Trump tried to get the election overturned in Georgia illegally. It involved fake electors. It involved stealing voting machines. It involved multiple different degrees of plots. And part of it was his efforts to pressure and threaten the Attorney General of Georgia that he better overturn the election in Georgia and give him the 11,780 votes he needs to win. Part of that phone call is what we're going to play here. And this displays the type of malicious ire that he has for Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss.
Keep in mind, when it bleeps, they're bleeping their names because of the defamation case that was filed against Rudy Giuliani. In order for Trump to save a little face, they went back and had him bleep all of when he actually said their names.
He literally said their names on the phone with the Secretary of State and accused them of things that they did not do, that were provably obvious to all of the officials overseeing them that they did not do those. And he got on tape. This is the president of the United States going after an individual citizen. It's ridiculous.
And not even including that. That's why I hardly even included that number. Although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people. So I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. But is that we're so far ahead. We're so far ahead of these numbers. Even the phony ballots of known scammer. You know the internet. You know what was trending on the internet? Where's because they thought you'd be in jail. Where's it's crazy. It's crazy. That was the minimum number is 18,000, but they think it's probably about 56,000. But the minimum number is 18,000 on the night where she ran back in there when everybody was gone and stuffed. She stuffed the ballot boxes. Let's face it, Brad. I mean, they did it in slow motion replay, magnified, right? She stuffed the ballot boxes. They were stuffed like nobody's ever seen them stuffed before. So there's a term for it when it's a machine instead of a ballot box. But she stuffed the machine. She stuffed the ballot. Each ballot went 3 times. They were showing, here's ballot number 1. Here it is a second time, third time, next ballot. I mean, look, Brett, we have a new tape that we're going to release. It's devastating. And by the way, that one event is much more than the 11,000 votes that we're talking about. It's, that one event was a disaster. It just, but it was something that it can't be disputed. And again, we have a version that you haven't seen, but it's magnified. It's magnified, and you can see everything. And she put, for some reason, they put it in 3 times each ballot, and I don't know why, but why? I don't know why 3 times. Why not 5 times, right? But yeah, go ahead.
You're talking about the State Farm video, and I think it's extremely unfortunate that Rudy Giuliani or his people, they sliced and diced that video and took it out of context. So the next day we brought in WSB TV and we let them see the full run of tape. And what you'll see, the events that transpired are nowhere near what was projected by,
But where were the poll watchers, Brad? There were no poll watchers there. There were no Democrats or Republicans. There was no security there. It was late in the evening, early in the morning, and there was nobody else in the room. Where were the poll watchers? And why did they say a water main broke, which they did, and which is reported in the newspapers? They said they left. They ran out because of a water main break, and there was no water main. There was nothing. There was no break. There was no water main break. But if you take out everything, where were the Republican poll watchers? Even where were the Democrat poll watchers? Because there were none. And then you say, well, they left their station. If you look at the tape, and this was reviewed by professional police and detectives and other people. When they left in a rush, everybody left in a rush because of the water main, but everybody left in a rush. These people left their station. When they came back, they didn't go to their station. They went to the apron wrapped around the table under which were thousands and thousands of ballots in a box that was not an official or a sealed box. And then they took those and they went back to a different station. So if they would have come back, they would have walked to their station and they would have continued to work. But they couldn't do even that because that's illegal because they had no Republican poll watchers. And remember, her reputation is devastating. She's known all over the internet, Brett. She's known all over. I'm telling you, where was one of the hot items on the. They knew her. Where's so Brad? There can be no justification for that. And I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But that was and Brad, why did they put the votes in 3 times? They put them in 3 times.
They did not put that. We did an audit of that, and we proved conclusively that they were not scanned 3 times.
Well, where was everybody else at that late time in the morning?
All right. Sorry that was so long, but it was valuable.
Very valuable. So, in other words, crazy thing is, Rudy Giuliani had to pay $148 million
for those very lies.
For those very lies. Well, guess who else having to be telling the same lie?
Fervently.
Yeah, he just hadn't been indicted on that one yet. So, where are we at right now so far? Where are we at? 4 indictments with 91 charges. And that one that you just heard, that was a crime now.
All that was part of the crime.
However, it might be somewhat included in all this other stuff, but the civil part of it, where he got to pay Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, that part has not even begun to be litigated yet. And guess what's going to happen? Hot damn. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
He already got litigated in civil court for rape.
Yeah.
He's a rapist. It's according to that jury, they said that he committed rape. And now he's going to have to face another round of civil litigation where he's going to have to pay money for defaming Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss.
Look, Rudy Giuliani, throughout his entire lifetime, I have never once, not in the media or anywhere in the world, heard of anyone claiming that Rudy Giuliani was a billionaire. I never heard it. But they hit that man with $148 million.
Yes.
In a defamation case. So now, when they hit that self-proclaimed billionaire, owner of a $1.5 billion property down in Mar-a-Lago, self-proclaimed.
No, it's called MAGA Local
Banya. Hot damn.
Hot diggity.
So get this. Wait till the jury gets a load of them billions.
Or the perceived billions or the alleged billions. I don't think he got it. Trump pretty much, he's selling pieces of his suit that he got indicted in. He's selling that to these fools. If they buy $4,798 worth of fungible tokens, which are an emailed image, which are $99 a piece. So basically 47 of them.
Bitcoins or something?
Non-fungible tokens.
Oh, NFTs.
If you buy those,
Bitcoin, then
you're gonna get a piece of the suit that he wore. Maybe if you're lucky, you get the piece that was up under his crevice. You know what I'm talking about? One of the
right underneath
the dude pone.
The doggone go Natalilians underneath
the ganglionos.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're lucky, you get the gangliona squash.
Yeah, the old doggone chota part.
Listen, y'all.
Who wants the chota part of the Trump?
These people are not serious, and at the same time, they're cruel and vicious. A vicious person is, as president of the United States, will go after a poll worker and promote hatred towards her. I wish we could find a clip of when he was at his rallies. We look for them. For some reason, the internet is a little squeamish right now. They don't want to put those videos up. We're going to find one. I got a source that I got to find it. And actually going to take me a minute. You know, today we just got the verdict. So I didn't have time to pull it up. But literally, he used to go to his rallies with those wild and crazy MAGA types, just ready, screaming and hollering, and tell them and call Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss by name and defame her over and over and over. And that tape that we just saw, by the way, that was where he was on the phone, like we said, with the Secretary of State of Georgia. I encourage you all, if you want some good entertainment, listen to the whole tape. Just listen to Trump groveling and trying to twist the arms of the officials in Georgia to overturn the election in Georgia.
Right.
He's on trial for it now. So.
Yeah, and ignore the newfound beeps. Like all the times me and Kev listened to it way back in the day, right when the tape first dropped, like a dang gone Drake tape.
2 years ago.
Hot dang. It didn't have the bleeps in it back then, but now they done added the bleeps because of the old MAGA, you know how they do. All right, we got one more clip, and then we finna be out because it's a Friday night, and the night is still young.
The party's still going.
All right, check this thing out.
It's
right
a shame
here.
I ain't gonna make it.
This is where we ended up making it to. Hot dang. Put it on.
Freeman and Shay Moss. It looks like they are going to make their way up to the mic here, Jeff. Okay, let's listen in.
Ms. Freeman and Ms. Moss are going to give a brief statement and they won't be taking any questions after. Thank you.
Just because I am a Montgomeryite, that's my brother right here, Von Dubose. I grew up with him. We went to elementary and junior high.
Yeah,
he might have went to Brubaker too. I think he went to Brubaker.
Well, he was in Brubaker Junior High. Oh, he might have been in Brubaker.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying.
I ain't get that.
But either way, this is somebody we went to school with, and this is just how close to home this stuff is. People think that it's okay to go through life and not care about politics and not wonder who's in office and pick the right people and all of that. But no, it matters. He's not a politician, but he's definitely involved in a political event right now that is very, very significant. It's just another piece of evidence that shows that Donald Trump should never have been elected president.
He was her attorney.
Yes, he's her attorney.
Get down, Vaughn.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shay Moss. I spent 10 years as an election worker in Fulton County, Georgia. The lies Rudy Giuliani told about me and my mommy after the 2020 presidential election have changed our lives. And the past few years has been devastating. The flame that Giuliani lit with those lies and passed to so many others to keep that flame blazing changed every aspect of our lives. Our home.
So yes, this is Shay Moss, the daughter. It's just a shame. My heart breaks. They didn't ask for any of this. We're gonna skip ahead.
Yeah, 10 years of serving, doing the counting elections, just serving as a poll worker. And my goodness, that's what they had to deal with because of that. Oh, and get this. It all kind of stemmed from the passing of a ginger mint.
Well, the ginger mint was a part of it.
I heard of junior mints, but I ain't even heard of the ginger mint.
Well, she got it from her mama, and her mama is not young, so she's not a spring chicken.
She got ginger mints from back in the day.
Yeah, they may have been new, but they were still
where you get new
vintage.
Where you get new ginger mints from?
You have to be resourceful.
No, you got to get them from the bottom of your pocketbook.
I'm Lady Ruby. Today's a good day. A jury stood witness to what Rudy Giuliani did to me and my daughter and held him accountable, and for that I'm thankful.
The thing about it is, every time she says Rudy Giuliani, you can think about this. Rudy was doing it on behalf of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump was running around doing the exact same thing.
Let me say this too. Anybody that carries ginger mints in their pocketbook does not own a flash drive. That's all I'm saying.
It's impossible.
Today is not the end of the road. We still have work to do. Rudy Giuliani was not the only one who spread lies about us.
Donald Trump did too.
Oh, nah, they come.
And others must be held accountable too. But that is tomorrow's work. For now, I want people to understand this. Money will never solve all of my problems. I can never move back into the house that I call home. I will always have to be careful about where I go and who I choose to share my name with. I miss my home, I miss my neighbors, and I miss my name. I've heard some of you. Don't be sad for me. Don't waste your time being angry at those who did this to me and my daughter. We are more than conquerors. Pray for us as we continue to fight the good fight of faith. I tell my attorneys often, my friends say that God knew who to give this assignment to, because if it had been them, they wouldn't have been able to go through this. God chose me to go through this because he knows that I would tell everyone whose path I cross about Jesus. I'm strong and my faith shall never waver. From day one, I said, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. If you remember one thing I say today, remember this. Faith is what carried us through the most difficult years of my life. And faith will carry you through hardships that you face in life. Understand that the devil is a liar. He is defeated, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Trust that God will keep and protect you. Believe that right makes might, because it does. I thank God that I'm not intimidated by no one or their lies. Give thanks that injustice always surrender in the glorious kingdom of God, and that he will always lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace, peace that surpasses all understanding. Thank you.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, buddy.
Y'all about to put the Holy Ghost in me.
Oh, man. They good there. They good there.
Yes.
She endured a lot. She endured a whole lot. She endured death threats. She endured threats on her life. She endured, oh my goodness, lies and lies, but it was lies from the top down, all the way from the top head person in the whole United States.
In the world.
And his sycophant, ghoulish lawyer. Oh,
Can
my
you,
goodness.
like she said, and I quote, can you imagine if the president of the United States comes after you? Can you imagine?
Could you imagine if the president,
number 45,
the president of the United States and his ghoulish lawyer was attacking you and you had to go to sleep one night and wake up from a nightmare where they was the villains in the nightmare?
Yes, indeed.
Justifiable stupidity. I called it, what did I call it? Dumb effery.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, self-inflicted dumb effery. That what them boys doing. Hot damn.
So yes, I just pray for the lawyers in their efforts to gain every single penny from Rudy Giuliani. Unfortunately, like we said, him broke. So, you know,
where you at, RNC?
He's
Give
got
it
his
up,
house.
RNC.
He's got his house on the market, and he's trying to sell that puppy.
Oh my goodness!
So
they need to sell
$6
Mar-a-Lago
million.
now. Got to sell Mar-a-Lago. Get all every penny you can from the Saudis. Sell Mar-a-Lago, because guess what? Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss is finna turn up.
They need the money, y'all. Send your money to Rudy Giuliani.
If
you a maggot,
buy some EFTs and some NFTs and some ATMs or something like that.
Give Donald Trump so much money that he just feels compelled to hand some of it to Rudy.
He'll send you a piece of his suit. Oh, now
with a dollar bill attached to it.
Like, subscribe, share, do what it do, because we love you like you love we. Oh, now.
Peace, y'all. Have a good one.